guys, Jack and Zoe here, and this is your full body mobility flow. Okay, this is going to be dynamic stretching. We're gonna keep it moving, keep it light, not too intense, but we're gonna feel good after. Get ready to rock and roll. You don't need any equipment. We're starting in 10 seconds. We're gonna begin first off with an overhead reach, and from here we're just gonna hinge down. Once we're about halfway, we're gonna place those hands on the floor, step it out, step it back in, and hinge up. Okay, so find your rhythm and then pick up the pace to what feels good for you. Let's begin. We are at 60 seconds for each movement. Okay, so this is your flow, so we don't want to be stagnant. If you're still waking your body up and you can't work to a certain depth, that is fine. Like I said, do what works for you. Make sure you're drawing that belly in. Again, we're hinging, we're not squatting. So my chest is parallel with the floor at the bottom. Good, and from here, we're gonna plant those hands. We're gonna do a runner's lunge. I'll switch sides. We're gonna do a runner's lunge. And then from there, reach up, step it to a side plank. All right, bring it back down, step up, step back, runner's lunge, side plank. Whew, lost my balance. Switch legs, and that runner's lunge, reach up, side plank. I know this one feels a little bit awkward. Runner's lunge, side plank. And then you're stepping the same foot back up that you stepped back with. So part of this dynamic stretching is to make sure that we're still activating just a little bit. Good. All right, from here in your plank, we're going to do an arm circle. If you need to use your knees, do a push-up. All right, arm circle. So we're finding that side plank, do a push-up. Now I know you are like, what the heck? I thought this was stretching. Why are we doing push-ups? Because we are, my friend. Part of lengthening the muscles is activating the antagonists.
One time like this, make it up like this, make it not like this, make it drop.
Good, about 10 more seconds here, keep going. All right, from here we're gonna lower down to our bellies. We're gonna lift everything off that floor and press up to our knees. If you wanna press all the way up to your feet, that's fine. In fact, why don't we press up to a down dog? So hands off that floor, chest off the floor, and then press back to your down dog. So just taking our joints and forward into motion. Extending the spine and lengthening here. Lengthening your shoulders, flexing your shoulders. Good, we're gonna stay in that down dog. And from here, we're just gonna shift back and forth to our plank. So from our down dog, and then we're gonna shift past our hands onto our tippy toes. by less than 10. Then we're going to add a little element to the down dog and plank. We're going to come up with a leg lift and then shift forward with a knee tuck. Replace that knee and switch sides. So down dog leg lift, shift with a knee tuck. Down dog leg lift, shift with a knee tuck. So those hips now, right, are getting the mobility. So we're activating the glute with the leg lift, lengthening the glute and activating the hip flexor with the knee tuck. I know this was a long plank. I'm sorry I tricked you into it. And shift forward into that knee tuck as far as you can. Driving it into the chest. Good. All right, from here, this one's a little more tough. But we're going to go from that down dog. We're going to drop our hips down. So my knees are still off the floor. If you need to drop the knees, that's fine. But we're going to get to this like crouching position. And then we're going to shift forward into a runner's lunge with a step. Shift your back, crouching, and shift it forward to the lunge. So again, you can keep those knees hovering if you have the mobility for it. Or if they want to touch the ground, that's fine. But we want to press those hips as far back as possible. Good. All right, from here, let's hop both of those feet up to our hands. We're going to drop down with the squat, press open the chest. So active in the back, lengthening through the spine. All right, deepen that hip flexor. And then from here, we're going to plant those hands, shift our hips up to the ceiling. So squat and lengthen through the spine. And then ragdoll down, allowing the spine to relax. Good. All right, from here, we're going to stand up tall. We're going to reach really high, come into a little bit of a back bend, just until you feel like you're at that point where you can go no farther. Then we're going to hinge down, get to about parallel, hinge it back up, and extend. Now when you're extending, you want to draw that belly in, because you want to make sure that we're not doing this. Right, draw that belly in. That's going to allow you to extend backwards while still staying supported in the core. If you want a little extra, you can clasp the hands and press the palms up. Good. And our last one, we're going to reach overhead and we're going to cactus those arms down with a squat. So working to a depth that feels good for you, you can slowly get farther into your squat. But while we do our cactus, we want to make sure we're bringing those elbows down to the rib cage, flexing the back, activating the lats as much as possible. This is our last interval, and then you're done. About 15 seconds left, a few more reps. Good, and rest. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this workout, please give it a thumbs up. All right, seems like we like mobility work, so I want to bring you something a little bit different. Also, please subscribe, that way you can get notified every time I post a new video, and we can sweat together. All right, this workout is good if you're extremely tight or sore and you need to move when you want to work out that day, but your regular warm-up might not be enough, or before you start moving weights around. This is a good one to start off with. Or maybe days you're just sore and tight, you don't feel like working out, but you gotta get that soreness out. All right, but otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. Stay strong, stay tough.